Cave Quake 3 Arena is sort of the hello world of VR. Everybody has it. I adapted it to Vrui from Paul Rajlik's implementation. It's only a level renderer, so it doesn't do any gameplay, and also it doesn't really render every level, but it does a good enough job of immersing you into a space and being able to walk around and all that. So the first navigation tool I want to run is the regular first-person navigation tool, where we have the usual HUD. You can see the crosshairs there. We have a little compass up there, which is floating in space, properly embedded into the 3D space. I can look around. I can use the mouse to move the view. I cannot move the view up and down because that will really make you sick. You have to move your head up and down to do that. I can move forward, sideways, just by using the usual WASD key combination, which is of course configurable, but that doesn't really matter. So this is not necessarily the best way of getting around, but it's one option if you have nothing but a mouse and keyboard. You can definitely do that. You can drop down here and so forth. You can jump too. Totally forgot that. There you go. Wee, jumping. So that's the first one. Let's turn that off and ignore that. And so then the other way of getting around is I have the Razer Hydras mapped into the space. So onto the joysticks that are on either handle, I have mapped these fly navigation tools. So the idea is you point the handle into a certain direction, you push. Oh, I guess I didn't. Let me just do it real quick. Evaluate a fly and turn right there. Okay, so you push the joystick into the direction you want to go, and then you fly into the direction you're pointing. So right now I'm flying forward. If I point the joystick, or point the handle over there, I'm flying this way. If I push the joystick left or right, I can rotate the view. So this is one way of moving around. Normally this allows you to also fly up and down. Actually it does, but then you fall down onto the floor again. Oh, interesting. Yay! Okay, that's cool. So that's one way. But it's really maybe also not the best way because it kind of feels weird. So another option is, and now I need to get rid of this tool again. All right, there we go. Is to use a surface-based, a walking-based navigation tool. So I'm going to assign that to the joystick as well. I push down on the joystick button to select it. Navigation, surface align, walk, and evaluators. So now I have to assign a function to move right or left, and then forward and backward. And now jetpack. I'm going to ignore that. So I'm going to press the stick. Here we go. So now I have this set of two concentric circles on the bottom here. The center of the circle is right below me. And if I could move around, if I had positional head tracking, then just by moving my head out of the inner circle, I would start moving in the direction in which I pointed my head, but of course I can't move. So here again I'm using the joystick to push. Oh, I have to turn on first. Here we go. Oh, I just fell to the floor. Oh, not nice. Let's restart this. Here we go. So now as I push forward, I can move forward, backward, left and right, so I can't rotate with the joystick. In order to rotate, I just simply look around. If I look way to the left, actually if I turn my view outside of that inner cone on the floor there, the whole world starts rotating in the other direction. And the speed of rotation depends on how far away from the ideal direction I am looking. And that turns out to be a pretty okay way. It's maybe not ideal, but I like it. Of not only moving in any direction, but also guided on what you're looking at, changing your view 360. What that means is I can look all the way behind me without having to really twist around 180 degrees in my chair, which would be maybe a little bit uncomfortable, would get tangled up in the cable. So this is a pretty decent compromise if you're sitting at a desk like I am here and you still want to get the impression that you're walking through this virtual space. Currently more like scooting through this virtual space because the floor is mapped to my real floor, so I'm apparently sitting in a chair in this environment, and nice. So it's another way of doing it. Again, it's just one of many options that need to be provided by software because there is no one true answer. It depends very much on everybody's personal preference and the particular application as well. So there's really not much more to do in this particular program than just gliding or walking around and look at things and jump down ledges, which is always fun. The only other thing I can do is I can map a weapon model to the Hydra. They don't do anything, but it's still fun waving them around. Hi, I'm Doc Ock, and this is my boomstick. So we can also do it akimbo. Let's see what comes up. It just cycles through the models as every time I'm assigning one of those locator tools. And now I have a shotgun here and a plasma gun. They, as I said, they don't do anything. These are just straight from the Quake 3 game files. These models here. Let's see. I'm gonna delete this one. Delete this one. I can also get a more elegant weapon from a more civilized age, and this is how that works. You have to do the sound effects yourself, but that's how that looks like. So, anyway, you get the idea. So that's a Cave Quake 3 arena. It works with not all of the original Quake 3 levels, because the underlying Aftershock engine is not full-featured, unfortunately. But it works with many of them, and it turns out it works with many fan-made levels, like for example the Simpsons level that works really well. Okay, enough of that.